Before World War I, Germany was a relatively new nation, only being formed in 1871. Due to an increasing population, Germany was able to keep up with industrialization and soon had a growing economy. At the beginning of the war, Germany had the second largest army in Europe, sending off close to 4 million men to fight. They were known for having one of the most educated militaries in Europe and were beginning to implement conscription. Their government was a constitutional monarchy, but throughout the war they transformed into a short-lived parliamentary monarchy where the government had more direct control. This all changed after the war. In 1919, the Treaty of Versailles was signed in Paris. It held Germany directly responsible for starting the war and punished them heavily for it. This included the loss of territory, demilitarization, and reparation payments. Germany was also banned from joining the League of Nations at the time. France insisted on harsher terms, as they had suffered the most materially. The Treaty of Versailles forced Germany to concede territory to Belgium, Czechoslovakia, and Poland. Alsace and Lorraine were returned to France, and German colonies became League of Nations mandates. Danzig was given to Poland and the League of Nations. Germany's army was reduced to 100,000 soldiers, and conscription was forbidden. Navy vessels were required to be under 10,000 tons, and they were not allowed to maintain an air force. When the U.S. indicated that they wouldn't negotiate with the Old Reich, and revolution broke out throughout Germany, Friedrich Ebert, the leader of the German Social Democratic Party, was given control of the government. He, however, was unprepared for this and hadn't been involved with the war at all. The army claimed that just when they were about to win the war, they were backstabbed by the Catholic center politicians, Jewish liberals, and the Social Democrats. In February 1919, the National Assembly, tasked with making a new constitution, formed the Weimar Coalition, and Friedrich Ebert was chosen to be president of the Weimar Republic. The Weimar Republic was faced with hyperinflation, and because of the Treaty of Versailles, Germany could produce less coal and iron ore, a large generator of revenue for them. Also, the war debts they were required to pay quickly drained them of money. Not all the former allies believed that Germany couldn't afford the reparations. So French and Belgian troops occupied Germany in order to get their payments. Germany ordered their workers to go on strike, and the economy tanked quickly. Because of this, the government printed more money, but this caused more inflation and the cost of living rapidly rose. In 1923, Gustav Stresemann was elected as the new German chancellor. He sent workers back to factories and introduced a new currency, the Rentenmark. U.S. banker Charles Dawes was asked by the League of Nations to help Germany with the reparations and hyperinflation issues. Dawes' plan and Stresemann's new leadership helped increase the economy and stabilize the Weimar Republic. Relations with France and Belgium got better, and Germany was allowed back into the League of Nations. Germany's food shortages led to people's views radicalizing and becoming more extreme. Communism became more widespread, and there were several left-wing uprisings in 1919. The government was forced to use a group of disillusioned right-wing soldiers, the Freikorps. Many former German soldiers believed that they had not lost the war and instead had been stabbed in the back, as Hitler would later put it. Therefore, Germans blamed different groups. Some blamed the Kaiser, others blamed the new government because they immediately accepted the terms of the armistice. Many former soldiers believed that the communists or the Jews were to blame for their loss. All of this meant mass suspicion throughout Germany. During the First World War, the percentage of women in the workforce reached 37%, and when the war ended, the percentage didn't decrease too much. This meant that the German economy was more reliant on women. Almost 2 million German soldiers died in World War I, and 1 million went missing in action. The war divided Germans socially. It undoubtedly affected them both politically and socially, and it is unsurprising what came later.